Okay, I'm going to entertain. I do have one correction in July. The minutes I had put in the record at last month's meeting that All American passing over the change of ownership was told not to appear at that meeting, so they was not here to appear at the meeting, even though there was a vote taken on it for the All American package over. They was I had told them not to appear, and I do have the email writing that. And the applicant should be able to appear before the NPUV when they're taking the vote. But that was the correction of the minutes for July. Any other correction of the minutes? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes with the correction? Is that for June and July? Okay, a motion been made. Can I get a second? Motion been made and seconded that we approve the June and July minutes with correction. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the word aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Any extension? The ayes carry. Thank you. We're going to now move to committee neighborhood report and Adel Park.
Good evening.
Our meeting was last Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of every month. October 13th to the 15th, we have the race that's going to be running through our neighborhood. I think they're also presenting today. There will be a block party on October the 15th, located at Dare Park 2. That sits on Murphy, brought to us by Organized Noise. Blueprint meeting will be held at Metropolitan College on August 30th at 6:30 p.m. We are, as a neighborhood, we're looking into doing a scholarship program for seniors who reside in Dare Park for the 2019 year. The last Monday of July, we met with Columbia Residential about the capital review apartments that sit on the corner of University and Metropolitan. While they do not have any precise plans as of yet, they should be closing on that property I think at the end of this month. And we discussed what our role is, what we like to help support residents there to help them from being displaced. We will be planning another meeting, and like the last meeting, we welcome Pittsburgh, Capitol View, Manor, and Sylvan Hills, since these neighborhoods kind of border ours. And we do thank those who did attend. We had a couple of people who attended from other neighborhoods to that meeting, and that was July 30th. And as a neighborhood, we are looking to add cameras to our parks. We have gotten with APD to get a survey done, and are looking into what the cost is to purchase and what we will be able to afford. We're looking into doing 4 cameras, which would be like in two in each park. And that's it. Oh, and we're supporting Shauna Griffin on her zoning variant. I have that letter of support right here.
Anything else? Any question for Adel Park?
I wanted to ask, senior scholarship for what?
High school?
Oh, okay. Senior, I thought you meant senior.
I'm sorry, I should have said senior in high school.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, also, if you have a chair somewhere in between, let somebody know who's standing. If y'all want the chair, we do have a chair that's vacant, if you can please have a seat, if you don't mind. Not you can stand if you desire. Okay, let's go to, Captain Gateway. One before. Okay, let's go to, People Sound.
I defer to you, Columbus. Go ahead, man.
Well, okay. Since the People Town meeting was after the last NPU meeting, one of the main things that July 14 meeting in People Town, we did, go on record and support the All-American change of ownership with conditions. And we do have a memorandum of agreement that the new owner has agreed to those conditions and has signed it, and we do have that for the record. That was the main thing that happened for us in July. And we just had our past meeting this past Saturday. And we had a meeting brief with our new zone commander, Major Murphy. Also, we had reports from the Peopletown Neighborhood Association. And their neighborhood meeting will be this Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Barack Michelle Obama Academy. We have a report from the Coalition for Community Benefit. We also have a national night out in Peopletown on August 7th, where we had about 380 people, most of them were kids, but we gave away 200 school bags of school supplies, and some of them was book bags. We have a presentation from the New Era Ministry on their youth back to school praise break. Central Holiness Church also made a presentation about their working in the Peopletown community, what they call Together We Stand Community Outreach Prayer Breakfast. It's going to be for Peopletown on Saturday, August the 25th at 10 a.m. at Central Holiness Church. Also, we have a report about the Walk the Road by Emmaus House around gun violence prevention and gun control laws. The flyers in the back. We would love participation in all neighborhoods. They'll be walking to from the Emmaus House to the Capitol Plaza, and then back to the Emmaus House for fellowship and refreshment. Also, that we working with the Committee on Racism for the Episcopal Church and doing a field trip to the what you call the Equity and Justice Museum in Montgomery. We'll be taking people down there on December the 15th. Meeting dates to remember is NPUV. It's just sort of my report, but we're gonna have a public safety day. So we're gonna have a planning meeting on that tomorrow at the Dunbar Youth Center. Also, the Zone and Land Use Committee meeting gonna be on August the 20th at 6:30 p.m. And the Film and Entertainment Committee meeting is gonna be August the 27th at 6:30 p.m. And no flyers for the praise, the New Era Ministries on the back. Also, the Central Holiness Church Prayer Breakfast flyers on the back. And the Emmaus House Walk the Road flyers in the back. Anything else, Chris? All right, Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I got about 15 minutes worth of.
You don't have that home.
Bring it down. Try to bring it down. On the back of the desk back there is our announcement for our Pittsburgh reunion, which will take place on the 25th of August. But before then, on the 17th, which is this coming Friday, we want to really get some good gospel music. We will have the gospel fest at the Kraut Center at 6 o'clock, starting at 6 o'clock. And on Saturday morning, we will have probably one of the best prayer breakfasts you've experienced in some of your South Carolina prayer breakfast. Will take place at Pittsburgh Park. Dr. Reverend Sherry Austin will be the speaker for the prayer breakfast. It will start at 8:30 in the morning. That's at Pittsburgh Park on Saturday the 18th. And the gospel fest is Friday evening on the 17th at the Kraut Center at 6 o'clock. All of you are invited. You want to hear some real good gospel music, some anthems by but we invite you back. The Pittsburgh, Neighborhood Association met on the first Saturday in, August. We meet every first Saturday. During the month of holidays, we meet the next Saturday. And because September the first is Labor Day weekend, we'll meet the following Saturday at Pittsburgh Park, Recreation Center. I don't think, Mr. Chairman, that we have any issues on the agenda that we have taken a vote on, other than we've taken a vote on housing one variant, but that don't come before this committee until this month. So, we got the Pittsburgh Park, Friends of Pittsburgh Park that is coming up for a vote tonight, I believe.
Well, you can make that comment with the report now.
Right, okay. But Chairman, we've had some problems in the Pittsburgh community dealing with crime. And we want to put it before you this morning, because I think that not only is what we do.
Wait a minute, Mr. Dean, I thought you was saying you were bringing up about, I don't want to go over different things. You was bringing
Want me to wait till you get the public safety?
Yeah, wait till we do public safety. Let's do it.
I'll wait. I thought I'd get mine out the way.
Oh, no, not now.
Okay. So, and then on the Pittsburgh day, we have on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, the Pittsburgh reunion revival. That will take place at St. John Overcoming Church at 6 o'clock, 985 Gardner Street. That's another activity. On our prayer breakfast, our tickets is $10. I got them in my hand. You can purchase them tonight, or you go, and you won't have to be, calling me at the prayer breakfast. I got it. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, because I want to give credit where it's due. This is the Pittsburgh Reunion shirt, gold and black. And one of our mission is unity is the way. This will be a standard T-shirt for Pittsburgh from now on. We want to give a thanks out to Carl and Associates, who made a contribution to Pittsburgh neighborhood for the purchase of our shirts. I don't think. I don't think in Carl, so if you want to take that much.
Come on up, Clark, with the everything that's, about this, yeah, sit down, Mr. Dean. Clark, I'm gonna thank you, the Vice Chair.
My name is John Equivalent, Vice Chair of PMA. Also, we, in the Pittsburgh neighborhood, been there all my life. And, the ones who've been there, my first coach over there was Jay Nail, this was a lady football coach. And so I've been working in the neighborhood basically all my life, my adult life. And, what we're doing now is trying to get sponsors and, make sure that the Pittsburgh Park Recreation Center get basically what it needs. They won't have to go through red tape. So we can ourselves a lot of this stuff and get invested to benefit or to invest in the neighborhood. So basically, we bring that up to the NPUV where it can go from. Thank you, Brother Chair.
Well, I mean, the Pittsburgh Neighborhood Association is, going to be, recognized as an official friend of Pittsburgh Park Group. That's most neighborhoods now have friends for their park, and they've been putting together friends of Pittsburgh Park. And so they asked this body to support, or recognize them as a neighborhood group that's part of the Friends of Pittsburgh Park. I know, like, we have a Friends of Pittsburgh Park, but the Friends of Pittsburgh Park, keep on saying Pittsburgh, but, no, I'm just saying that, I'm familiar with that, but a lot of the neighborhoods now, they have parks and, community centers in the, neighborhood is adopting a friends group to help get support, to do the work that needs to be did at some of the rec centers and some of the parks in their neighborhood. So, and you asking this, for support from the body, so you make it into a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I make a member pro. So move that asking for, to be recognized as a group?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second? Motion been made and second that the Pittsburgh Neighborhood Association, that support the Friends, Pittsburgh Park to to become recognized by this, as a recognized organization in the city. The city put together these little booklets of neighborhood groups and organizations. So you will see in that booklet, you already have some friends group that's already recognized as an official body in that particular neighborhood. So the motion was to be them recognized as a group. They said, I was told that all groups want to be recognized should come before the NPU now. It used to be left up to the chair, to kind of decide that, but now they asking that anytime there's a request made, that it come before the NPU. So, all in favor of that motion, raise your hand. Let me do that first. I need to recognize who all can vote first. So I'm gonna come back to that motion. Then, if you all don't mind, before we can see who's actually here, who actually recognized the votes. Do the homeowner association have the report?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hello, I'm Tom Lane. I'm Vice President of Pittsburgh Homeowners United. We met on Tuesday. We've moved our meetings to Tuesday because there's a lot of conflict in our Thursday meeting. And in our meeting, we discussed the ongoing dialogue that we've been having with the various departments in the city, and also meeting the new major and APD, who's doing a really great job in our community under duress circumstances. We do have a lot of problems in Pittsburgh. We met with the animal cruelty unit, which is really a great unit. If you're communities who have not engaged the animal cruelty unit, we encourage you to do so, because they are really advocates for animals in a very positive way. We also met down at City Hall, and part of our meeting of our discussion was the process of going through an application that city asked us to do to be a member here. And in investigating that, we find that you guys should have, the recording secretary should have on file here everybody else's voting that got voted in. So we're asking for, you may not have it right tonight, but we're asking for those registration forms, then various that were signed by the proper presidents at the time to vote your organization into the NPU.
There's never been, the NPU's never voted organization in. That's just a new thing that the city just started. It always been left up to when the people came and asked, maybe, talk to the group or talk to the neighbor NPU about their group, and see if they have a democratic process, and see it open to everybody. And then when that final is left up to the chair to sign that document.
Okay, thank you for.
There's a new process now, though.
Our major focus right now is remaining on blight. Dumping is a big problem that we have, and we continue to do the work to try to bring the ordinances and the laws that are on the books and enforce them in our community to bring our community up to a more livable standard. So thanks.
All right, thank you.
Can I add one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
But I just wanna add one thing that nobody mentioned, that we had a meeting also last month with George Shepherd to talk about safety. Many of you heard about the shooting that took place at 10:33, over in the middle of the night, early morning. And so we had a meeting with George Shepherd. It was the residents, the neighborhood association and the homeowners association, to talk about that issue and particular issues that was happening in our community. And at that time, we talked about other things about how to bring our community together. So I just wanted to lift up that we did have a meeting around collective meeting around public safety in Pittsburgh to try to address some of the public safety issues that we have together.
And Mr. Chairman, I wanna.
Let's talk about it when the public safety report come up. Okay. Thank you.
And that address is
Okay.
1,003.
Okay, Mechanicsville?
Instead of 1030.
Huh?
It's 1,003 instead of 1030.
1,003.
1,003, McDaniel. Mechanicsville?
Hey.
Hi, everybody, welcome to Mechanicsville. We expected 40. Even Charles is looking for at me, our athletic director. How many more you gonna get in there? But anyway, thank you all for coming out and gracing us with your presence. And Columbus, this introduction does not go on my minutes, okay?
Well, I don't know, come on. Paul the chair, he already counted it down.
You know that. Anyway, we had a donation of $100 for our football team, and 200 of those, and we had $300, and 200 of those dollars goes towards the bus. As you know, Culture Lab gave us $1,000 for Six Flags tickets, and now we're working on a bus. So that came out good. Since they here tonight, if they hadn't, I'd be upset. But anyway, September meeting for Mechanicsville Civic Association will be on the 6th. That's on a Thursday. And the November meet will be on the 8th, which is a Thursday also. We will have our Thanksgiving dinner on that day. Also, August the 15th, New Hope Baptist Church at 236 Richardson at the corner of Thornball and Richardson. You and 2 guests are invited to a meeting at the church. They will have food. They will talk about seniors 45 years and older, safeguards, retirement, CDs, 401 CDs. Now you know I don't have one, right?
That come with a discount.
All right, Mechanicsville, behave yourself. Money markets and et cetera. On the 18th, the same place, New Hope Baptist Church, will have food and prizes. Come out and discuss changing the dynamics in our community, Georgia State and downtown expansion, fair housing, and this is for Beltline. Registration for fall for Fulton County Art Centers will be from August the 14th to September the 7th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sign up online, not in person. It will go for 8 weeks from September the 8th to November the 13th. The one closest to us is on RDA, and it's 954, and the phone number is 44613-6465. One more thing, I'm on the president of Fulton County Commissioner Tax Committee. And what I have here, I really didn't expect this many people, so I asked Jason to put it on the website. But I do have some. What he wants to know is these 2 questions. And I would appreciate anything that you answer, that you put your name and address down, excuse me, so it won't appear like I'm answering these questions and doing this myself. So. Now, those, we hosted.
Take one and pass it back, those who need it.
We hosted, Cultural Lab. They're coming here for Brooklyn Brewery. We did approve them on conditions. I forgot to bring the letter, but I'll give it to you either tomorrow or Thursday. Hopefully, they're here and they will tell you more about it. And Culture Class, Red Red Bull Clash will be on the 24th. So that will bring roughly about 4,000 people into our neighborhood. We have partnered with the churches so that those parking lots will be open, because the last time we had an event, our street was so congested that the people in the community couldn't get home. So we partnered with Reverend Jackson, Reverend Cheryl, and Reverend Reese. Those are the closest churches to 787 Windsor. So hopefully those of y'all that visit the neighborhood for that, you will definitely park in those lots. We will have telephone numbers that we will pass out to the residents, that if you illegally will park and don't have a pass, we will call the police and have your car towed, okay? That's our neighborhood. We want to keep it so that our residents can get in and get out of their home safely and without a problem. Any questions?
If you need our church, just let me know, if you need.
Okay.
Just one question. Whenever they have like these festivals, do they encourage them to take MARTA so that you all aren't impacted as much?
They're here. You can ask them. Okay.
Wait till they come up with a plan.
Okay.
This was
Young
mechanical.
lady in the back.
I'm not familiar with some kind of art thing you said to sign up for. What is that? You said it goes from September to November?
It's an art center that the Fulton County have art centers where different artistic things go on, like painting, like dancing, etc. And what you can do is call Fulton County and get the whole list so that you'll know where to go for the thing that you desire. The only thing I did was take off the one that was closest to us. I don't know what they're offering. They just shot me an email this evening, and I decided to go ahead and announce it.
There might be plays, or there might be an exhibition and things like
Yes.
that. There's one in West End.
Yes.
No, I was just wondering, as long as you register, you can attend, is that what you're saying? Why
What I'm saying, if you want to take part in it, you have to register for it. Like you might have children, you might have adults, you know, that want to take part. What was your question, baby?
My question was, we had voted to push the Afro Punk conversation to the next meeting, to the
I
next
didn't,
meeting.
that's how come I didn't mention it.
But it's on here, so I was wondering, do we push it?
When
It's
you,
gonna
when
be
you, when you
referred
come back,
back.
when we refer it back.
When it
Just
come
wait
up,
till they
we'll
come on the
refer
agenda.
it back. Okay?
Just kick to the agenda. All right, thanks, Mechanicsville.
Thomas, I have about 6 more agendas if anybody needs them.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I think you're gonna have to consider times for each community, because it's already.
We're gonna put times, we're gonna put
It's
time
already
limit now.
It's already 7:30.
Okay. All right, let's pay. Some here, let's go.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Good evening. John Colabelli, President of Organized Neighbors Summer Hill for 2017-2018. So my term's coming up at the end of this year. Been a quick 2 years. So we had it wasn't a big meeting. We didn't have anything to vote on, but we did invite GSU to come in because we knew football was starting up. So we asked them to come in and give us some updates about what's been happening, when the first game's gonna be, things like that. And we did get a bunch of information that I'd like to share very quickly. So the first game is gonna be August 30th, GSU versus Kennesaw State. And that will, take up some of the parking lots as well as the stadium. And they usually shut down the street between the parking lots and the stadium there, on Georgia Ave. So that will be coming up. The other stuff that they've got going on is they are moving forward very quickly with a convocation center for the property that is across from the Ramada. It's the old DMV property. So they've already put out an RFP. They're already looking at contractors, and I guess there's a contract on it right now for the building that they're building, the municipal building. What's that?
Supreme Court.
Yeah, the Supreme Court building, they're using that, but as soon as they're done with that, they're gonna start working on that property, so it'll start getting cleaned up and looking a lot better. But they're targeting 2021, 2022 for a 7,000 seat convocation center. It's gonna be an $80 million project, and they're gonna try to integrate the streetscapes into the neighborhood so it doesn't look like this big block coming up, but they'll actually be like storefronts and things like that along Hank Aaron and along Fulton Street. Beyond that, they're putting up a new marquee. So the old Turner Field marquee is being taken down and they're putting a new one up. I guess the technology was too old on that, so it made more sense to put a new one up. They're also moving ROTC to the stadium. They're moving the School of Hospitality to the stadium. And I guess they have some high-tech incubator stuff downtown that, like, for students that are starting up businesses, and they're gonna try to move that into the stadium as well. Also, all the signs, like, around the neighborhood on highways and streets to say Turner Field, they're gonna do one mass change of all those signs to say GSU Stadium. So, that'll get done fairly soon. That's as far as that. We did have, Culture Labs also came in, Randy Beavers from Culture Labs, and they're gonna be doing some activations with the football schedule. And on September 22nd, they're gonna have a barbecue event, where they're also gonna be giving out tickets, so it's free food, and they're gonna be giving tickets out for people to go to the football game on the 22nd. So keep that in mind if you wanna check out the stadium, go see a football game, get some food. That's sponsored by Carter and Culture Labs. Beyond that, neighborhood news, we've been working long and hard to work with the neighborhood to come up with a new neighborhood sign that we could put on houses. This is it. It's gonna be a woodcut, but it pays homage to the flame, the hill. You can see the hill that's this curve at the bottom, as well as the torch and the establishment. I'll pass this around. Anybody wants to take a look at it. Those are gonna be something that the residents can order through the neighborhood. Yeah, we got that coming up. Beyond that, scheduled events coming up. Friday, August 17th, the Corky Kell High School Football Classic, GSU Stadium in the parking lots. Friday, August 24th, there's a Red Bull event, but I guess that's only for parking. Is that the same Red Bull event happening in Mechanicsville? All right. So there's gonna be parking in Summer Hill for that. And then Thursday, August 30th, I talked about the game. Our next meeting is gonna be September 6th, 2018 at 7 p.m. Yeah, that's what you said. Corky Kell. Oh yeah, there's that's right. What's the name of that? I forget.
MEAC versus SWIC.
MEAC
versus
SWIC.
On Labor Day weekend, we'll have the football classic between SWAC and MEAC, two of our football leagues. Football conferences. MEAC conference includes many schools like North Carolina A&T, Hampton, Howard, and SWAC includes the school in the Southwest, which is Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Prairie View, and those schools. So it will be a fun weekend in Summer Hill with two conferences made up of predominantly black schools.
It used to be at the Dome.
Not that one. This is new.
This is new?
That's not the Atlanta Classic.
The Dome comes in December.
The Atlanta Classic.
Yeah, that's like.
Joe.
Okay, just real quick, we need.
Okay. Do you all have a schedule when you're gonna be at a baseball stadium as well?
What?
The baseball stadium, the short stadium.
They haven't said anything about it yet, so they haven't even talked about breaking ground on it.
Hey, John, did y'all get, email from, PSU attorney about, an event for the seniors over in the stadium?
I saw it come through, but I didn't get a chance to read it yet. Came in
Okay.
today, yeah.
When and if it comes to you guys, you need to make sure that whatever they do is, ADA, acceptable. Because a lot of seniors don't have the agility to do those stadiums as some of the younger people. I text Bart and told him about it, but I'm telling you about it. Secondly, Columbus, I need to say that all the surveys should come back to me, because if you don't give them to me, I cannot give them to the, president of the Fulton County Commission. So,
All right, thanks.
Anybody else got anything? All right, thank you.
All right, let's, get ready to do roll call. Ada Park, raise your hand. Count to the gateway. If you're on the outside, make sure you come in to be counted when we call out the neighborhood. People's Town.
I think People's Town is outside.
So, question was asked,
Or
give
by the door.
recommendation for the state to provide tax relief.
Okay, Pittsburgh.
For the state to provide tax relief. The second one is, what would you do if you had no tax disbursements by the?
Candaceville.
You come to two at the door?
Yeah, we got 13. Summer Hill. You're not Summer Hill, you can count it. So how many we got, Jane? All the ones, okay, we got 4. All right, let's have our, public safety officer come up, let's welcome our new zone commander, Major Murphy. For NPUV meeting, I'm gonna fight for your first NPUV.
Yeah,
Since
well,
you've
for
been-
here,
oh,
and so I'm
okay.
seeing, I try to get to all the neighborhood meetings, in between, so I'm starting to see familiar faces, I guess I'm making my rounds. But, good to be here, thank everybody, as I told some of you already, this is my second tour in Zone 3, so it's not totally new to me. I like some of the things that I see that are changing in Zone 3, so, looking forward to working with you all to, make it even better. So, I don't have an awful lot of stats. I heard some things that I know have been some previous concerns for you guys, and that was the 1003 McDaniel Street, still an open investigation, working through that. That was an officer involved shooting, for those that don't know. They encountered, what looked to be, we got a call for drug activity at the location, and when they responded, they were met with someone who did not want to be engaged with the police, and subsequently shooting came about with that. Nobody also wasn't injured. There was one person that was possibly shot in the car, so we're working through that investigation now, but it's not closed yet, so can't give out a whole lot of details. Anybody have anything for me? Most of the things that I see that are recurring in NPUV are, we having a lot of larcenies from auto, and a couple of car thefts. So the majority of them that is kind of repeat are in a cluster of 555 Whitehall Street, 585 McDaniel, 505 Pryor, 505 Fulton, in that area. We're getting a lot of car break-ins. So don't know if anybody here was affected by that. Hopefully not. But you know, I'm trying to concentrate in that area. A lot of people in Mechanicsville, Pittsburgh should be seeing a little bit more visibility. If there's any concerns anybody else has, definitely go ahead and shoot that out to me now. We'll make sure we can address that. I know you're gonna fire off. Let me just make sure everything else. With the car thefts, Shelton, Martin, Pryor, Malley. So there was a little bit of activity also at Villages of Carver. We haven't seen anything in a violent nature in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Put a lot of presence over there, and it seems to have quieted down since those spark of carjackings that we had. So thank the Lord for that. Anybody have anything for me? Yep.
Major, how you doing?
Hello.
Thank you. major attended our neighborhood meeting on Saturday. She's making a round. Is that in the law? I know that Councilman Barnes is working on some legislation dealing with the schools. They are all over the place. And what I don't wanna see happen is that one of our kids gets run over, hit or killed on those boarding schools. They don't stop at stop signs, they just run right through them red lights and everything. And, I'm just so scared that somebody gonna get killed on the scooter. I was up in Mechanicsville Saturday night and it was scary because they were popping up everywhere, late at night, early in the morning. And sometimes you can't see them. They come over here with that little bright light on them and you don't see them. And so I'm just hoping, I've already talked to some city council members about looking at some kind of policy or ordinance, but we got to do something to regulate it if you don't wanna be going funerals and memorializing somebody who done got killed or somebody's son or daughter that just got killed on those things. It's something that this NPU really needs to get involved in and help the city council and our elected officials come up with a good policy because it's ticking out there.
Okay, let's wait till the elected official come up. Any other questions for the major?
I have a quick question for you. What type of programs, I know you guys used a bait car program before to address some of the larceny and car breaking issues. Are you guys implementing any type of?
So we now have a centralized unit that's just gotten started. It's been heavy, of course, downtown space and in the north side. So they've been I know we've been getting a spike, but they've been getting slammed. So in the recent, and I guess the most recent little spike we had was maybe about a week and a half ago, and it's been quiet since. But it's of course something that I'm not gonna just say, okay, good, it's not happening anymore. So I'm gonna look to either, Zone 3 handling it with the outside resources that we already have. But if it becomes that heavy of an issue, then we'll call for that unit to come help us out a little bit more. But we're gonna we're tackling it pretty good so far. We're managing it, so hopefully we'll continue to see that they're starting to calm down. So school is back in. There's less hopefully activity. A lot of the young kids sort of idling around, and when cars have something that looks to appear to be valuable in it, it's kind of making an enticement. So keep your cars clean. I know they get stressed all the time. I have some cameras to hand out. I think I left my card on it. But I think we all know, keep your cars clean.
Yeah, we brought this up to the office of the Cape Cod community. We saw in the past month increase of vehicles that were stolen, dropped off on Pollard and Central in Corners. Just wanted to put that out there.
So you're noticing cars are being deposited there?
Yeah.
Okay.
On that little curve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
About 3 cars. And I called 911 on it. It took them weeks. I had to finally get out to the precinct to let them know.
So I think majority of you have my contact information. If not, I will leave it here. I have a couple cards I can leave here.
Leave at the back there.
Okay, yeah. I'm really responsive to emails. So if there's something you have a concern that goes beyond, maybe you didn't get the satisfaction you needed, just please reach out to me, email. I'm really responsive to it. So if there's anything you guys don't want to bring up or bring outward today, shoot me an email tonight or tomorrow, and we can talk about it on and offline. Anybody else?
All right, thank you.
Oh wow, what a warm welcome. Next month you're gonna tear me up, right?
We're gonna have our Zone 3 community prosecutor come up.
Before you do that, I don't know, even though this is a public meeting, I don't know if everybody is all right being filmed in here. There's a camera set up right here in the center of the floor. And I don't like being filmed without my permission because I don't know what you're gonna do with it. It'd be different if it was a city official or city camera. But when somebody enters
It's Mike.
Motion seconded, based on, the NPUV
There's no-
bylaws, Article 8, audio and video recording can take place in this meeting.
In all city meetings, in all public meetings,
In all city meetings.
in all city facilities. It's a law.
I'm not sure what the,
Saying, but people have a right to their privacy.
Mr. Chairman,
You're in a public meeting,
the
ma'am.
law department is not,
I make a motion that the camera be turned off.
It will not be turned, second all you want, I'm not turning it off.
Mr. Chairman, the law department, cause they wanted to take the meetings of PDNA, and the law department said that they couldn't do it in a public building.
That's not true.
They tape the city hall meetings in city hall.
It's not City Hall, that's a whole different.
Nathan.
Camera won't be turned off.
Find out what is the law about taping, meeting, but I think it is a personal right. They said they don't want to be recorded. If you have like recorded, they take your camera and tear it up. then-
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is in your bylaws.
Article 8.
Article 8.
Okay, we're gonna move over to meetings now. I mean, a motion was made and it was second.
So you have a motion on the floor, you have carried.
No, if it's.
Okay, a motion was made and second that,
He wants to amend the motion.
we want to amend the motion.
My hand was up before the motion got pushed through. So I just wanted to acknowledge that Ms. Jane's initial question was not that the recording be turned off, it was that they asked for permission and at least do it in a way where folks feel comfortable. So if the motion cannot be seconded, because of whatever the bylaws are, I would at least ask for them, just for the courtesy of relationship and protect the community, that you state why you're recording.
Well, the motion was amend the motion.
Yeah, so can we state their intentions and why, so that folks feel more
They
comfortable?
should have at least told me.
That's what I'm saying.
So Tony, can you let me state their intention and what the use of it for?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have bylaws, but I wanna see it in the bylaws.
I have my copy of what,
Mr. Chair, you got a motion on the floor.
okay, I'm gonna carry the motion, but I'm saying when he offered the amendment.
Yeah, well, I'm not even asking for a minute, I'm just asking for them to state what the intention is. I mean, you stated the code, the section, so can you state what it's used for?
Okay, so it's not amendment to the motion. The motion was made.
Give me a chance to respond, can you give me a chance to respond? I think
This was no take. No take.
That's why the secretary, that's why they got a secretary to take notes.
And, Mr. Chairman,
I'm not discussing this with you, sir. I'm discussing this with the chairman.
well, this is what the problem is,
I mean,
Chairman.
I know, I just need, I'm
Well,
clear.
but I wanna talk about it because if we won't allow him to take the meeting, then we won't allow him to.
Take control, Chairman.
Take control, Chairman. Once they can do the motion, it's a motion that say they don't want to be taped, then I'm gonna ask them to remove it, move with the camera, if not, then I'm gonna ask the police to remove it with the camera. That's all. I mean, it's all a motion. The motion been made and second that ask the owner that's recording the camera to stop the recording. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand.
It's a public meeting. People need to read the bylaws. People, parliamentarians should always have a copy of the bylaws at
Right.
every meeting.
That's correct.
Because you set yourself for a lawsuit.
All those who are against the motion, raise your hand.
So many apps.
Abstention?
So are we waiting for that?
What was the count?
What was the facts? 11 in favor, 9 against, 8 abstain.
Okay, it's passed, motion carried. So, John, as you cut your camera off,
Mr. Chairman, your vote is for not. This is a public meeting, and by law, I can video record. And you're going against the law, and you can ask the police department. This organization is going against the law. Letting you know. And it's in your bylaws. That's all I have to say. All I have to say.
Turn the camera on, please, sir.
Sir.
NPUV in jail.
Please turn the camera on.
Give my Zone 3 community prosecutor from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. It's related to what the officer was speaking on.
You can't do that because we got a motion. You got a motion that been passed. And I'm asking you.
I mean, one thing I do have to get clarity from the legal department, from the city.
Right.
There's nobody here from the city legal department.
You got a parliamentarian.
Lisa, Lisa, you have anything about public recording? We got going back. I'm trying to move forward. We got stuff on the agenda now.
We have dealt with this issue at our meeting. First thing is, Mr. Chairman, you got people recording stuff that they gonna edit, and ain't nobody part of this NPU gonna have nothing to do with what goes out to the public. And it's unfair to us to allow somebody to record this meeting. They edit what they want to the public, and we don't know what that is. It's unfair, and I'm asking you to carry out the will of the majority of the people that voted on this vote. And if not, we ought to suspend the meeting.
So, if we don't follow our own bylaws, then what can we base anything on?
John, we can change our bylaws at any time.
No, you can't. You gotta vote on it.
I haven't seen that issue, but they say.
Who has the bylaws? Where are they?
Google it. Everybody Google it.
Wait, hold on for a minute, we're gonna pull out the bylaws.
Oh, man.
I'm asking, what are they afraid to hide?
We suspended the meeting for a
What
minute.
section?
No, I just wanna ask a question. So, since there's no concise, agreed upon, is it possible for those that do not want to be recorded to be moved behind him, and those that are okay to move in front of him? I mean, that's an amicable agreement.
It's Article 8, yeah. All regular and or special meetings of NPU shall be recorded via audio or video with audio devices and distributed publicly where available by request from the registered members.
Can you read it again, please?
So you're supposed to be doing this regularly.
David, read it again. Excuse me, y'all, wait. Let David read it again,
So
please.
Section 8, meeting recordings, all regular and or special meetings of NPUV shall be recorded via audio or video with audio in parentheses, devices and distributed publicly where available or by request from registered members.
Yeah, but I think that means that we as the officer recording the meeting.
That's right.
It don't mean that anybody recording
It
the meeting.
means that this body will
Earlier, he
record.
just asked to become a registered member, so therefore, he don't apply.
It don't apply.
That means that we supposed to keep, we could record the meeting by minute, in the way that as our secretary, whichever way he wanna record the meeting, that's my interpretation. What they
That's your interpretation. We interpret it.
Is the officer still out there?
The bylaws is
I don't know if he wanna stay by him and record it. He just what he said. Could I ask people from the planning department, do you all have the
I have to say, I'm not familiar with the bylaws, I don't know.
do you know any other thing from any other, just in terms of the general bylaws, period, or the NPU?
I'm sorry, I think another county just went to this. They could
You're in a public building.
Right.
So you have no right to privacy in public. That was always what I was. So now, and it is.
I mean, do we want to proceed? We still need to get a ruling from the law department. We can proceed, and so we get a ruling from the law department.
Let's table it until.
So we're not, I mean, it's already, it's already 8:02.
Peace, if he recorded, he has to make it available to everybody in here.
No, Ms. James, also, hold on. Also, we have voted on this as a body. Duran Bailey was the person that was previously assigned to do our recording. Have we forgotten that we voted on this as a process, sir?
Yeah, but
No.
wait a minute. Wait a minute, listen, no.
Duran can record it because he was voted on as a body to do the recording for the NPU.
For the NPU, but
Because
this,
he was voted.
but this recording is not for the NPU. This recording is not for the NPU.
Right.
And that's right.
We gon', I mean, my thing is that, now should the law department rule on it, we just gonna proceed with the meeting, should the law department move on it? No, we have. I'm not, what I'm in violation of. But I still need the law department to, in terms of both my bylaws and city bylaws.
But Doug, I understand what you're saying. I think he has to protect himself as the president. We don't want to get into the ethical thing.
What the ethical thing?
I mean, it's an ethical order in the city, so I think you have to.
I mean, y'all are acting like y'all are scared to carry out the bylaws. The bylaws say that the organization records, not individuals.
That's not true.
And then he turns around and how we gonna edit
It's
what
not
he
true.
records?
It's not true.
You don't want, this board wants to keep
Not
things
true.
I mean, they want to make sure they.
Why what you're saying is true? Because the bylaws is upheld when it's somebody who's not him. But when it's him, we decide when we're gonna honor the vote, when we wanna take their word on the bylaws, and when we allow for their content to be against the interest of people in this community. So my question is he upheld to the same standards that everybody else in the meeting? And if he's not, do we continue with the meeting and allow him to continue to move forward, doing whatever he likes to do, which he already has proven that he does? So my thing is, when does he begin to honor the rest of the rules that everybody has to honor?
Yeah, right, I mean, correct, but he already, also has already started.
It don't matter.
He started.
He's already saying he's not a registered member of the NPU. So why are we debating with someone who's not a registered member of the NPU to whether or not they can record our meeting? It's because it's him, and because it's him who gets to do whatever they want when they come to this meeting and when they come to the different neighborhood churches. That's just what it is.
Mr. Chair, can you clarify what a registered member is, please?
You tell that, who's that bylaw?
Okay, it's in the bylaws.
You know the section.
A registered member. If you live in NPUV, you're a registered member, is that correct?
You got to sign a membership form.
Even an individual?
It's not just the same thing, you have to have.
And I asked for those membership forms, your secretary should have them. I asked for them.
And when you fill it out, then you
And we established early on that process has not been adopted.
Because other neighborhood has not filled them out.
You wouldn't go to Grandpa Tom.
I'm telling you.
That's not true. You wouldn't go to Grandpa and pull this kind of foolishness.
You know he would.
But you come in
Parliamentarian.
Your organization filled a registry? You got voted on? Registered?
Can we order in this meeting, please?
Chairman?
I mean, somebody's got to take the word.
I would like to entertain a motion that we cancel meeting until we get to. And then we
Enough's enough.
Can I get a motion?
I'll put the motion on.
Do I get a second?
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to cancel the meeting to begin a ruling from the law. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand. All those in favor, raise your hand on the motion.
Oh, it's around.
Eli needs to be
That's this is the live that they. I don't think.